Good afternoon, everybody. You are welcome to what promises to be yet another exciting edition of the Informed Podcast. My name is Mohammed Al-Wasir, aka Enigma.
What's that? Okay.
The Enigma.
Okay.
That's the name everybody calls.
Okay.
Everybody calls me.
Okay. Okay.
So we've been today we are going to be going a little different in a little different dimension, because for the first time we are going to be having two guests, two very prominent, important elected public office holders, and we are going to be discussing youth in politics and governance. To go on a tete-a-tete with me, Honorable Comrade Layeni Aliu and Honorable Adebo Ali. So our guests, they say ladies first.
Yeah.
My leader, you won't be. So Honorable Mazida Folashade Giwa, you're welcome to our list.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
And Honorable Lakole Williams.
Thank you.
You're welcome to our list. Yeah, in a generation that uses a window without frames, that has a virus without a living host, everybody is smart technically in this generation. Everybody is smart. You can't, even intelligence too is not only natural again. We have artificial intelligence. So everybody's you can't, to be an authoritative voice in this generation is something that has so many nuances. People will question you, no matter how smart you are. Now, every human endeavor, politics inclusive, you can't take away youthfulness from the sustainability of all human endeavors. Báwo Yorùbá náà ṣe máa ń sọ pé kò ṣàtẹ̀yìn bá ń ṣe tí ò bá fi hàn kò ní pẹ́ tó máa fi parun. Maybe that is one of the reasons why our leaders came up with not too young to run. And not too young to run has come to stay. Now together we are going to be looking at how far we have gone with youth in politics. Honorable Williams.
Yeah.
I actually don't envy you. You know why?
Why?
You are dealing with a generation that is the best in our country. I mean, the generation before us, the letter writing generation, the fax sending generation.
Yeah.
Then you are the interface between that generation and Gen Z. And Gen Z, they can ask any questions. Like any questions.
No boundaries.
No boundaries. And we have numerous things to touch on. How far have you gone with governance in this situation?
Thank you so much, my brother. And first and foremost, I want to commend these enviable and laudable gathering and projects you guys chose to do. Such a good thing. Coincidentally, part of what we discussed in our plenary section today, just a bit related. And whenever I see young men, as some of you know, I always love to participate in anything young men in our communities are doing. You see, going back to your question, governance is not a very easy thing. Take it from here. Even being a head of a home, the challenge and the divergence view each members of the home will have. And now saying you're leading a small group, and now saying you're a representative of a community or a part of a government in a place like Africa, like Nigeria, like Lagos. You know what that means. And as you have rightly said, in a multifaceted environment such as ours, in a place, in a cosmopolitan place like Lagos Island, where you have people from diverse origin and background and belief, where everything we do is not that stereotype or that narrow-minded way. Everybody is free. and now bringing the Gen Z into the equation. Even the generation before the Gen Z, and even the generation before those ones, they are the millennials. They have their own peculiarity. Now the Gen Z now, make everything, I won't say difficult, because they said sometimes, how do they put it? Like difficulty or issues or problem is the mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention. It is when you find yourself in a very complex situation that you come with ingenuity and come with ideas that will be suitable and acceptable to all. So to answer the question directly, not a very easy task, I will tell you, relating with all kind of, especially in local government. I do say to people, local government is the most strategic part of governance because that's the closest to the people. Some people will never see their president in their lifetime. They may never see their senator representing them. They may never see the ministers. Some will never see the governor apart from on social media, on TV, on phone. But tell me, who won't see the chairman? Yes, some people may not see the chairman too. They'll see him in passing. But tell me, who will the councillor hide from? Nobody. So you can see the frustration of all the countries and the societal issues. They can almost drop it on your table. And everywhere in the world, the population of youth is about 16% worldwide. But in a place like Nigeria, we have higher percentage of youth. Over 40% can be classified as youth or youth minded one way or the other. So I see they're one of the most important segments, and because they're the future of everything we do. However we're doing, for me, I ensure that I give them the best of attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable.
Okay, thank you for joining the conversation today. Honorable Folashade, Giwa, I know you to be my counselor somehow because I share the boundary between Giwa and Gitu.
Oh,
sometimes
so
before
where did that
now.
somehow actually come
So
from?
Kaole,
Yeah.
Razak Okoyale. So, and I know some of the work that we did a project together on the cleanup of the Sandros area down to Mandalas, so which also facilitates the construction of that road. So, thank you for that. So my own conversation would be like, you are one of the young people that some of these young girls look up to, and you've been doing so well in office. So how do you intend to bring some of these young folks also to political setting?
Oh, okay. Thank you for the question. First of all, a lot of young ladies out there, not all of them want to venture into politics. You have some of them saying, no, they're always saying politics is dirty, it's dirty, it's dirty. But there are some that I do talk to, there are some that I have, that I make sure every now and then, if there's any program that has to be politically, I invite them over. And there are some that come to me for advice too. Not even in my local government here, in other local governments, that they want to venture into politics, how to go about it and all. I am not one that will tell them, oh, because you are a lady, because I don't take no for an answer myself. I go all out whenever I'm on the move to get something done. So I talk to them. We look up to some of our young women that are in politics too. I cite them as examples, and there are some I make sure they have interaction with about the goings in politics. We sit down together, we do a lot of things, and I've been able to get 3 people that want to contest for this next local government election. into fold.
So thank you so much about that. We've had different assertion, different speculation concerning women in politics that you need to buy your way into that political terrain. How have your experience be like in terms of the sexual difference and all of that, squeezing yourself into the midst of men and all of that for you to have your ground in that political system?
Yeah. I've never had such experience before. Yes, I've never, truth be told, I've never had such experience before. Because for someone to want to offer you something and want something in return, that means you're not really up to the task. Yes. If you are the type that you excel in what you do, and there is no how anybody whatsoever can pull you down, there's nothing that can be done on that. And like you said, it's a normal thing. They keep saying, oh, women in politics, no, this and that, this and that. But it is not all of the time that it is like that. And there are even some that it's just mere speculation. It does not really happen in most places. But because it's been tagged as, oh, once you want something and you are a lady, you need to give something back in return. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable. There is something I want, there's a question that I want the two of you to answer.
Okay.
I was talking to somebody a couple of weeks ago, and the person now said politics is a tough terrain, obviously. So the person now said, Toba fún ẹ, Toba kó àwọn èèyàn kan fún ẹ, tó bá lọ kó wọn jíṣẹ́, I'll file láṣọ I was not like, the politics that shit, you know. What's your most terrifying experience in politics?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
You see, I had a background with codes and machines, right? Now, but dealing with people, I mean real character, is always a very different thing and can be almost unpredictable, you know? So, across all walks of life, you know that people can be challenging. There were a lot of terrifying moments. There are a lot of happy moments too. There are a lot of moments. There are a lot of, but you know, one thing I just realized in each challenge, after each obstacle, we turn it to a stepping stone and we use it to climb higher and to even be more visible.
Yeah.
Like one road being, I contested to be a councillor in 2008. And everything was almost looking good. And suddenly, something changed.
Like
I was like,
the race.
I was even, you know, because the modality they used then was just
Nothing to
perfect. Was just perfect for me. Just placed me
There.
just placed the ticket almost on my hand. I was like, oh, good. And the next thing is I went to relax on that. And at the end of the day, I saw that ticket slipping away. That was a very terrible moment. That was a very challenging moment.
Right in your face.
Yeah, you know, and but the good side of it, and that's why I said that was a challenging moment. That was like a first blow in politics, first blow of reality. Because the people that orchestrated the slipping away were like my kids, they were like my people, they were like the people, the main beneficiary of my coming up. That if I had made it, it would have been, you know, no, they would not even the right, they would have owned the success. They would have they would have not even, they would have owned the success itself. But you know, by sheer miscalculation and carelessness, it slipped away. I bear the brunt more, although they regretted it. Now, and as I said, that was a very tough and difficult time. But as God will have it, it may take some time. After some years, we're able to come back and we're able to become better and bigger. Having learned in 2008 what happened, and I knew that, oh, that was for me, so that was like a lesson. That was like God saying, time is all right, wait for the right time. And so when the right time came, I knew, oh, God was actually preparing me for 2017. And I now became a counselor and became a deputy leader of health.
2017, you said?
Yeah.
9 years after.
About 9 years after.
Wow.
But the good side, I need to say this because the good side is, God knows how to plan. And that's why I did tell a lot of you that I have a lot to share. We must not go away with this. Because if I had won that election in 2008, I probably became a councillor. I might not have been able to put in or touch life as much as I've been able to do when I started in 2017.
Right.
One, secondly,
More mature.
in the space of
All right.
2007 to 2017, God has miraculously placed me, I have had a lot of opportunity, a lot of exposure. I was able to develop my career. Unlike, just green out of school, venture into politics. I was just wondering what value would I have brought to. And remember, I would have used the time. I would have spent that, I would have occupied that space. I may not have that kind of opportunity again. But as God will have it, that's why I said all those obstacles now turn to stepping stone at the end of the day. So that was a very challenging period.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah, if I want to get your
Don't say
question right, you said terrifying moments.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you're challenging.
Yes. Terrifying moments for me, I wouldn't say I have. Let me just tell you the reason why I said so. I've always been a tomboy. Yes, of course. I've always been a tomboy. And to some extent, there are things that you would do that a lady will be scared and will run for her dear life. But I won't.
Because you've always been
I was born and brought up on Petty Street here.
Wow.
Yes. I grew up right here. And to crown it up, I went to Lagos State University. Yes. So there is nothing. What did you say? You're much here, of course. So there is nothing you really bring in that I would just need to look at you and say, oh, are you alright? And even you coming up with it, the first attack that I will give to you will make you pull back a bit. No. It seems this is something like that. But on the challenges, okay, it's a normal thing that whenever you want to vie for a position, you need to consult some people. Yeah. I remember going to a certain person just to tell him, oh, I want to vie for the position of a councillor and how. And lo and behold, what he told me was, oh, Shikere. I was in my late 20s then.
Wow.
Oh, Shikere. I want to buy maybe 30. I was thinking at that. You really saying this to me? I left him. I went to another person. What I was even told was even an elderly man. The man told me that, you want to become a counselor. Who did your father know? Wow. Your father must know, probably if your father knows the cook of a said leader, he might become a counselor. Yes. Yes, there are things like that. There are others that told me, oh, you are not married, you are not yet groomed, or you're not yet ripe to venture into politics and help. You see, those things are things that really propel me into saying, oh, you think I won't do this? I will. So that is it. Here we are today.
Glory be to God.
But for now, how are you able to skip through all this successfully?
Now
you
okay.
are there already.
Yeah. Most times, for those people that gave me such responses, it became obvious that they had someone that they want to support.
Yeah.
So,
probably you're not that candidate or
something like that. So because of that, I let it slide. Oh, fine. It is what you want that you want. You can't just come out of the blues. Probably they've been nursing some. Don't worry, next election we're going to support you. And I spring up, and such a thing happened. And I have a lot of right now. I wrote on my dad's doing a lot because there are a lot of people he groomed. He was a teacher, and there are a lot of people he taught, and even some people that did not know me facially, that once they hear my name, I'm a teacher. That opened a lot of doors. Your father taught me to be this, to be that. So now I am better help, far better help the way I was when I started. And now challenges it will keep coming, and we've been able to suppress it all of the time.
So that means you try as much as possible to break some barriers and all of that to get yourself into the political system. So Honorable Williams, I'm coming to you now. So my own question is that what do you think are the barriers which has hindered youth participation in politics of today?
I just need to be frank. There will always be barriers. Say where there's a will, there will be a way. They didn't say where there's a will, there is a way. There will be a way. It's now left for you to find out where the way is. If there's no way, create one. Okay. If there's a barrier, break through the wall. Okay. So the only thing I'll say it's a barrier is your willingness to pay the sacrifice. Imagine if a child or a student needs to pass his O level. Let's in an ideal setting, that student needs to reach a certain hour. We say we burn the midnight candle.
Yeah.
You burn the candle from both ends. Now, leadership is service, and it doesn't come easy. But it comes with some privileges, no doubt. Oh, now you can call me honorable. I can write my name anywhere, legitimately and say honorable. I can enjoy certain privileges, but comes with some sacrifices. For example, you're a governor of a state. If a governor comes in here, it's understandable that everybody will stand up and probably wait for him to, but that's privileges. But what about the sacrifices that goes with it? So barrier, speaking of a barrier, like lack of, number one is lack of focus, lack of desire, because there will always be barriers, economic issues, the kind of crime where we come from. None of you can say you want to contest for assembly or for councillor or for anything now and say, oh, I'm contesting now, and people will start billing you. No, it's not possible. That's a barrier. The understanding and the education from our people that this guy wants to serve. He has come, he has offered himself to serve. And in a democratic setting, they said democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. So one of you has offered himself to serve the rest of you. So now, financial inducement is a big barrier. If you want to contest, everybody expects you want money back. So that's a very big barrier. Lack of proper education. Why do you want to serve? You want to serve because you want to be called honorable, you want to enjoy the privilege. You know there are some challenges attached to that office. You are older. So lack of proper education. Lack of good education too. Because our education system, I don't even mean the four wall of schools, the educational system, in civic education where we learn that there are responsibilities and there are duties that you must do before you enjoy certain privileges. So those are the barriers we have. Gender-based issue, tribalism, is another very common barrier. It's not even real tribalism, but maybe I call it sectionalism. Oh, this guy is not from this community, so and he's the best candidate. Yeah. But you think he's not from this community, so he can become I don't know, yeah, can become counselor, yeah. Oh, who is his father? Oh, he cannot. And the guy is the best candidate. But just because he's not from your community, you think you can't support him or her. Oh, she's a lady, she's a woman.
We should be able to
We should be
deliver.
able to do it. And we've seen women, there are women from history that have done wonderful work, wonderfully well.
Kamala Harris,
Kamala Harris,
Yeah.
all
I
things being
just
equal,
hope she
all things
does,
being
yeah.
equal, she could,
Yes, yes.
I don't want to dictate election, the mindset of Americans, but she could be. We've seen Theresa May, Margaret Thatcher, and the likes of very powerful and good women that have really proven that things can be done. And what about age? Age barrier. That's why they're not too young to run, be a kid. That's
2018.
without irrespective of your age. Because the normal convention is once you are 18, you are an adult. Once you are 21, you are believed to be mature enough. You can sign a contract, you can do anything. So why would you now say that person can only be governed or he cannot govern?
Yeah.
No. So, age barrier, gender barrier, tribalism, financial inducement, education, those are the barriers we have. But as I said, if you cannot find a door, you create one.
Yeah.
You break the door. You break the wall and create a door. And the good thing is, once you break a door and you make the door standard, other people can pass through after you. That means you've created a channel, you created a path. That's my belief.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.